Muy buenas a todos, lomitos. ¿Cómo han estado? Les tengo que pedir una súper disculpa por no haberme estado conectando estos días y ni tampoco haber hecho estos videos que tanto nos gustan para seguir las series. Sin embargo, les tengo que confesar que traje demasiados cólicos y para variar me pegó una alergia horrible. De hecho, todavía tengo un poquito de piqui piqui, por ejemplo. Vean mis manos. Es poco notorio, pero sí, yo tengo alergia y me da mucho buena piel. Hoy les tengo preparado una continuación del Stray Gods. Vamos a ver cómo nos va, claro que sí. Y por cierto, recuerden darle like, suscribirse y dejar sus comentarios abajo. Recuerden que les voy a estar dejando corazoncitos. ¡Mua! Vamos allá. Y aquí estamos. Vamos a continuar a ver qué tal nos va. Que tengo tres opciones. Puedo ir a hablar con Persefone, hablar con Apolo y hablar con Pan. Es verdad que Grace se quería disculpar con Apolo. Vamos a hablar primero con Persefone, porque me gusta llevarle contraria. A ver qué dice.
Oh, back already, are you? It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much
Ojito.
as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect after all.
Pan. ¿Cambiaste de opinión sobre él? Veo que vas directo al grano. Pan quería verme. Vamos a decirle, ¿cambiaste de opinión sobre él?
Why Pan? I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
Es verdad,
I
lo habían
did. It doesn't seem
rechazado.
like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation. But the thing is, how did he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the
Eso es
idols owe
verdad.
him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at Olympus. I'm not sure why.
Oh, that's interesting. Did he happen to say what he wanted?
No. He probably wants to cash in his
Así es.
favor.
Huh,
Yo también pienso lo
that's what he
mismo.
does. Collect favors and then use them to gather even more favors. To what end, I dare not guess.
Parece bastante inofensivo. ¿No debería ir a verlo? Quizá ese es el motivo. ¿No debería ir a verlo? Parece bastante inofensivo. Inofensivo no parece. Yo también sospecho de él un poco. Quizás ese es el motivo. O no debería ir a verlo. Es que no sé qué decirle. ¿No debería ir a
Should I
verlo?
not go see him then? If he's our best suspect.
No. Go see what he wants. It'll provide insight into his plans, if nothing else.
Just throw caution to the wind, huh?
Somehow you'll manage.
Muy
I want to
bien.
send you to a party, Grace. One Aphrodite is holding.
Una fiesta de
She and Eros know
Afrodita.
Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance to find out what he's really up to.
¿Por qué no puedes hablar con Afrodita? Podría hablar con Pan. Lo pensaré. ¿Por qué una
Why a
fiesta?
party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
Ojo. No, Pan, de Pan. Afrodita nos podría decir todo. ¿Por qué no puedes hablar con Afrodita? Podría hablar con Pan, lo pensaré. ¿Por qué no
You
puedes
know
hablar con
Aphrodite better than I
Afrodita?
do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome. Suffice it to say,
Mm,
if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
ujú. ¿Podría hablar con
I
Pan?
still have that invitation from Pan. Maybe it'd be easier if I just went to see him.
You should do both. Just don't believe a single word coming out of his mouth.
I might be
¿Qué?
able to coax some truth out of him. I can be persuasive.
A battle of the silver tongues, I'm sure.
One wild party with the goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun downgraded considerably. I'll let you know what I find.
Ok. Pues mucha opción no tenemos. Bueno, no, mejor dicho, sí tenemos opciones. Tenemos que hablar con Apolo, hablar con Pan o ir a la fiesta de Afrodita. Yo creo que vamos a hablar ahora con Apolo para ver cómo están las aguas con él, porque les recuerdo que prefería Persefone en vez de Apolo. Así que vamos a hablar con él. A ver si no está muy emputado conmigo. Ese sería un gran problema. Necesito toda la ayuda posible.
Grace,
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
what are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
Uy, todavía puedes ayudar. Quería ver cómo estabas. ¿Podemos ser amigos? Fuiste un imbécil. Quería ver cómo
I thought I'd
estabas.
check in on you. The way you left, well, it was quite the scene.
Yes, that. I want to apologize for my outburst. Being around my family brings out the worst in me, I'm afraid.
Lo
It's
entiendo,
why I
pero de
avoid
todas
them whenever
formas.
possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
Todo esto no te dejaré ir tan fácil. Disculpa por eso. Calliope aún te necesita. Vamos a decirlo de que Calliope lo necesita.
Apollo, everything you sang about still applies, even if you got angry.
I know.
We all make mistakes. You pick yourself up, and you try again, for Calliope's sake.
I'll think about it, Grace.
Bueno, pero no es un no.
I promise.
No es un
For
no.
now,
Todavía podemos.
you're in far better hands.
I'll hold you to that. Don't think I won't.
Gracias. I guess. Qué difícil. Ok, bueno. Pudo ser peor. Tal vez me debía haber disculpado con él. Ya ni modo. ¿Vamos a hablar con Pan o vamos a la fiesta de Afrodita? Yo creo que vamos a la fiesta de Afrodita. Vamos a ver qué rollo con ella. Ay, pensé que le había picado a ir. Listo. Y luego está Polo, chale, a ver si no está emputado conmigo todavía. Ish.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check.
Check.
Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace? You're here.
Yeah, I'm invited, aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Persephone said I should come to this. Whatever this is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not surprised?
Vine para pedirle ayuda a Afrodita. Tampoco me lo contaste. No suena bien. Mira, no quiero pelear, así que voy a omitir lo de tampoco me lo contaste y la de no suena bien. Vamos a decirle, vine a pedirle ayuda a Afrodita.
Persephone said Aphrodite could help me and that she'd be grateful I came. That's it.
Persephone's not wrong, but that's not the entire story. You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No déjà vu recollections that aren't your own?
Soy nueva en
No.
esto.
Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil.
Bell.
In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Nadie me lo dijo. Parece bastante interesante. ¿Qué será de mí? Parece bastante
That doesn't seem
interesante.
so terrible.
Ujú.
Am I missing something?
Well, remember
¿Qué
how
está
old we all
pasando?
are.
¿Que me estoy perdiendo?
There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
¿Me convertiré en Calliope? ¡Qué horror! No sé qué pensar. ¿Me convertiré en Calliope?
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war.
Están hablando de la Segunda Guerra
Passing on her
Mundial.
eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Afrodita morir. ¡Qué extremo! ¿Por qué hacen una fiesta por esto? Afrodita.
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace. To make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must.
Híjole.
We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
Afrodita ya había hecho esto. ¿Apoyas esto? Entiendo. Esto ya no me gusta nada. ¿Afrodita ya había hecho esto?
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her fourth, I think, perhaps fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
Y... Qué complicada situación, ¿no? Calliope no la aprobó. Este día no me gusta nada, entiendo. ¿Apoyas esto? Calliope...
Wait. Persefone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
¿Apoyas
Do
esto?
you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war. And eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse.
Qué fuerte.
If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Es que es complicado porque imagínate una persona que haya sufrido de todo lo que pasó en la Segunda Guerra Mundial y tener recuerdos de cosas así. Está fuerte. O sea, la entiendo, pero a la vez no me gusta la idea. Entiendo.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What does she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Mingle, mingle.
Mingling.
Yeah, mingling. Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Yo voy a hablar con Eros. ¿Dónde está Eros? Vamos a hablar con Eros.
Grace.
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much, you have no idea.
¿Dónde está Afrodita? ¿Estás bien? Eso me dijeron. ¿Estás bien?
are you okay? You
Ajá.
seem a bit...
Velo.
Every time she
Velo.
does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
Esto pasa seguido. Toda la situación es rara. Está bien, lo lamento. Oh, lo lamento.
Hey, I understand. This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining. I just hate this. I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
That sounds awful.
And now I'm
Traumas.
arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Pobrecillo. No hay otra manera. ¿Qué le pasó a Afrodita? Vamos a preguntarle qué le pasó para que...
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened. He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy, and he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
No, la secuestraron.
Yeah. Oh,
Afrodita se escapó. No hay otra manera. Se
Aphrodite was
escapó.
captured, but
Continuemos.
she's here now. So she must have escaped.
she didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Festus.
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
Wait, they tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Vamos a hacer más cotillas. Vamos a preguntar. ¿Sí le piqué? Ah, no. Ay,
Then
perdón.
This deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
Nadie sabe lo que tiene hasta que lo ve perdido. Reprende, abuelito. Dice, no hay otra manera, necesítame ayuda. Tipo, no hay otra manera, tipo, de que deje de sufrir, por así decirlo, o de olvidar. Voy a poner, necesítame
What
ayuda.
is my part in all of this? I'll help if I can.
Aphrodite loves drama. She always has. She wants us here to, well, to remember, to celebrate our history. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
Ok, a ver, para los que no entendieron o así, vamos a poner en contexto un poquito. Y es que Afrodita fue secuestrada para sacarle como los secretos de los ídolos y todo este rollo, ¿no? Entonces su esposo, el cual ella ya no quería, pues, ella no quería, perdón, pues se ofreció voluntariamente, se sacrificó por ella para que la dejaran libre con los enemigos y ajá. Pues bueno, sucede que Afrodita está recordando vida con vida con vida todo lo que estaba viviendo y lo que ella quiere es olvidar. Entonces, lo que nos está pidiendo Eros es que la inspiremos para que deje de recordar, para que viva su vida, o sea, no que intente, no que deje de recordar, ay, me la cagué, perdón, yo no dije eso, sino más bien dicho como que para que vuelva a agarrar coraje, no sé si me explico, y enfrentar como los miedos o dejar de estar tratando de para volver a revivir y tener como pensamientos padres y cero mal. Perdón, es que Juni pasó y me espanté. Y si te equivocas, no depende de mí. Haré lo que pueda.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Vamos a ayudar a
Famous
Eros
last words.
y a Afrodita.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
¿Esperar a Afrodita o hablar con Apolo? A ver, no tengo nada contra Apolo, pero las cosas no están como muy bien con él. No sé si me explico, no sé si me entienden. Vamos a hablar con él por si acaso. Vamos a ver qué dice este sujeto.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
Te noto incómodo. Eros quiere poner fin a esto. Debo volver a la fiesta. Eros quiere
I
poner
spoke
fin
to
a
Eros.
esto.
He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor
Ajá.
Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over
Pobrecito.
again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
Te noto
You don't
incómodo.
enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
that would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
¿Por qué no los evitas? Es un poco triste. ¿Por qué es eso? Es un poco
That's kinda
triste.
sad.
What is?
Spending an eternity among people you can't even stand to be with at a party.
Well, now I need another drink.
Lo siento,
I should get back
novio de
out there.
Pocahontas. Bye. Y vamos a esperar a Afrodita. Las cosas como que no están muy bien con el novio de Pocahontas. ¡Ojo! ¡Ojito!
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends. And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are.
¡Ojo!
Yet here she is.
Mucho gusto de nuevo. ¿Podemos hablar en privado? ¿Podrías haberme invitado? ¿Podríamos hablar en privado,
I was hoping we
Afrodita?
might have a chance to talk.
Oh, but we are talking. Are we not?
En
privado,
Afrodita.
In
Ajá, por favor,
And
es
abandon
un
my
tema
guests
delicado.
when I've just arrived.
Uy.
I have so many farewells to make.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh, what manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Mucho gusto. ¿Fuiste elegida? ¿Estás de acuerdo con esto? Ok, se escuchan mucho a mis perros. Una disculpa porque están de locos. ¿Estás de acuerdo con esto? ¿Fuiste elegida? Mucho gusto.
Yeah, hi. Nice
Mucho
to meet you.
gusto.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Survive my trial?
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Señora, espéreme. Primero necesito que me ayudes. Quiero decirte que no lo hagas. Dime cuál es mi papel. Lamento lo que te pasó.
I just want to say, I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
Ay, recibí muchos abrazos.
A babe
Me
in our
gustan los
dreary
abrazos.
world, and yet already possessed of such earnest purpose.
Weren't
Eje.
you opposed to this, Grace?
¡Que te valga verga!
You've come
¡Pinche
after all.
metiche, déjame!
Remarkably well, cousin.
Perdón,
I've
pero
had a great
va
deal of time
llegando.
to prepare.
No
I
voy a ir
assure you
ahí.
that would not be
Güey,
the
yo no soy
case.
así.
As for you, Grace,
Déjala que
have
salude,
you
que
gathered
coma y
the
ahorita le
true purpose of
pregunto.
tonight's
Che
gathering?
vato, metiche. ¡Ash! ¡Ash! Por eso no hablo contigo, pinche polo. No estoy enojada, amigo. YouTube, tengo shorts, no me banees. A ver, no estoy enojada con Apolo, de verdad. Pero me gusta decirle cosas, o sea, va llegando y ahí va, o sea, sacan que eso pudo haberme arruinado mis planes. Imagínate que se enojara esta Afrodita que dijera, ¿a qué te refieres? Y que se emputara. Apolo, ¿me estás tratando de ayudar o me estás tratando de que no avance, de hacer que no avance? ¿Han pensado en eso? Interesante. Bueno, sigamos. Para recordar, ni siquiera sé lo que me dijo por culpa del Apolo. ¡Ach! A ver, una excusa para festejar. No lo sé, o para olvidar. Para recordar. Ay, voy a poner que no lo sé.
Couldn't say.
An honest answer, I suppose. Some say it is about pain, for I have known pain. Some say it is about love, for above all things, I have known love. But truly, tonight is about memory. Memory I want to lose. But first, I shall honor it. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Tengo que hablar con Apolo. Me le voy a poner al tiro a ese güey. A ver, papá. A ver, ¿me estás tratando de ayudar o me estás tratando de interferir? Dime las cosas. A ver. No me andes con cosas. Estoy enojada. Voy a volver a la fiesta. Ay, no estoy enojada de verdad. Es broma. No pasa nada, mamá. Hablar con Venus. Ok, vamos a hablar con Venus.
I want to apologize again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
No me importa, no puedes estar lista para esto. ¿Tienes
Having
dudas?
second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do
Mhm.
that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Creo que mi Grace no se ha sentido diferente. Pasó muy rápido. No, en realidad no, estaba aterrada. Creo que más que nada es que pasó muy rápido.
I'm not sure. It happened so fast, I didn't know what to think. Calliope died, and then...
Creo que mi Grace
All
todavía
this
ni
happened.
asimila qué está pasando.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
No.
Isn't that the point of all this?
No es cierto, no
I
la has
just wanted to be
olvidado.
sure.
Qué
Sometimes
mentirosa es
it
mi
doesn't seem
Grace.
like it could be real.
¿Ahora? Sacan que está mintiendo, ¿verdad? Grace, no te has olvidado de Calliope, no te has olvidado de todo lo que pasó. O sea, ¿por qué está diciendo que sí? Y esa mentira que... ¿De dónde conoces a Afrodita? ¿En serio te llamas Venus? ¿Estás de acuerdo con todo esto? Te dejaré que sigas. Vas a preguntarle, ¿en serio
Your
te llama
name's
Venus?
really
Porque
Venus,
Afrodita
huh?
creo que va ligada con Venus.
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place. She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
¿Y de dónde conoces a
How do you know
Afrodita?
Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really
Tiene un
listening to
estilazo,
him.
Confirmo.
Like they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that.
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
¿Y estás de acuerdo con todo esto?
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know
Pobrecita.
where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
Pero esto está mal.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
I don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger. Something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible. And I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me.
Necesita a alguien,
Maybe,
eso sí.
just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
Pues vamos a comenzar con el ritual, porque con Apolo no voy a ir a hablar. Por puto. Uy, esto va a estar difícil. Vamos, vamos allá. A ver qué pasa. Deseenme suerte. Vamos.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell
Okay, no.
once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here, to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
Hola, Grace.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and their woeful shelter standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong, we were wrong. We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start. They hunted me for power to fuel their psychopathic cause. And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win their hearts again. I was wrong, I was wrong. I see you have the power, it's a poisonous reward. My virtues only scorn me when I was once adored, loved by every mortal, then ripped from paradise. No one suffered greater till he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me, he struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is what he gave to me. I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine. There's no excuse but mortals can tell. You know, there's no sweet release, it's ongoing. You know, you know, everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine? I can imagine this really happened. I won't let you weep, you know it's too late. Sing me
Perdón, Juni.
sleep, pity my fate, my memories won't let me be. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Por favor, déjame agarrar otra.
Lost in a moment,
Fuck.
lost in a song.
¿No crees que deberías de intentarlo? Eso fue lo que seleccioné.
I'm only new here, so all this seems out of my hands. And your ceremony, well, only a god understands. But when it's all over, what will become of the girl who keeps all your secrets secret from you? Will she disappear as you come into view? Is there some other way to get through? Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Necesitas vivir.
Lost in a moment. There's fire in you yet. Aphrodite returns, she'll never forget. Finally we'll be free. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a
Apolo cagándola como siempre. Como que se detenga, no. Que viva, güey, cual que no.
Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
Por favor. Chale, creo que no lo logré. Es una canción completamente diferente a la que me salió la
Mother,
primera vez que
is
lo
it
jugué.
true? You've chosen to
Live.
Ay, la logré igual.
chosen
Ay,
to
güey. Ay, güey, estuvo feo. Por un momento pensé que ya la había cagado porque fue completamente una canción diferente a la primera vez que jugué. Bitch, me asusté. Dije, ya la
I'm so
cagué.
sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be happy. If this is your wish, I'll be with
Venus
you
es
at
un
every
panecito.
step.
I as well. Always.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
Pelearán
This
juntos
is the only
contra
way
eso.
you'll get through it. Together, as a family.
If there's any
Oh,
chance, Mother, any at all,
por
this is
favor.
it.
I know, my loves. I hope you're right. Now then, Grace. You needed my help. No doubt regarding Calliope's death? Have you any suspicions as to who might be responsible?
No puedo seleccionar el de tengo mis teorías. En realidad no. ¿Pan? Tal
I
vez.
was, thinking maybe Pan.
Pen. Kill Calliope. Tish tosh, I don't believe it.
He showed up at my apartment right after I left Athena's office. He's very suspicious.
You favor him too much, Mother.
I happen to feel there are entities among us far more sinister.
You're thinking of Medusa, aren't you?
¿Por qué sospechas de
Okay,
ella?
I'll bite. Why would this Medusa be involved? And why isn't she a suspect?
Mother has always distrusted Medusa.
She works for Athena as a watcher. She's everywhere, lurking in the shadows. If you look anywhere, Grace, start with her.
Ok, muchas
Come
gracias.
now, Mother. It's time you rested. It's been a long night.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again. Very well.
¡Puto! Y todavía le estaba diciendo, espera, espera, o sea, como para que no se
So,
reviviera,
Did they have anything helpful?
cagándola como siempre el Pocahontas
Maybe? What do you know about Medusa?
¿Seguro que me
Medusa.
quieres ayudar o
That's a
interferir,
rather
Apolo?
dark name to unearth. Are you thinking of seeking her out?
Espero encontrarla. ¿Hay otra manera? Vamos a... Híjole. ¿Hay otra
I
manera?
have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
You need to be
Exacto.
careful, Grace. Medusa is not to be toyed with. Athena employs her as a spy master,
Ojo.
a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know.
Yo sí sé quién.
Are you all right, Grace?
Pan sabe todo.
You seem
No sé
troubled.
cómo, pero seguramente él sabe. Afrodita sufrió mucho. Sufrió mucho. Ay, ay, ay. Estoy pensando en los recuerdos de Calliope. Estoy bien. Afrodita sufrió mucho.
What Aphrodite went through,
Esa muchacha ha sufrido mucho.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal. It never ends.
wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
Mm.
How are things with Persefone? Is she helping as much as you thought?
Sí, sí me está ayudando. ¿Estás preocupado?
What, are you worried? You brought me to her.
All I mean to ask is, has she said anything?
About? ¿Sobre qué?
Never mind. It's none of my business. Please forget I asked. Give my regards to
Suspicious,
Persefone, Lucy.
Apolo. Suspicious. Muy suspicious. Desde que le dijo el espera a Afrodita para que viviera, hay algo mal. Hay algo mal con ese hombre. Hay algo mal. No sé por qué me está ayudando, pero tal vez para...
Apollo. Always so dramatic. And well done, by the way. You may be the very first person ever to talk sense into Aphrodite.
Gracias. Me ocultaste todo. Hice lo correcto, no bromees. ¿Hice lo correcto?
I still don't know if I did the right thing.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace. The choice has always been Aphrodite's. Look at it this way. At least she has a chance now. And whether she uses it, we'll see.
Uy, soy un bardo, tengo un
I
chingo de
remember the
persuasión.
last time I passed on my
Y
idol.
mentira, así que creo que con mi música los
1952.
convenzo.
I was married to,
Ojo.
well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean, vicious little thug. Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off. But not before he fired a shotgun into her chest. My chest? Whatever.
¿La recuerdas?
Do you remember who you were before?
I still am her. Chastity, that is. You can see why I switched names. I remember being disgusted I was ever that weak. Persephone made me strong. But it never really goes away. We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
Gracias por el consejo, qué duro. Eres
You're
increíble.
incredible. You know that?
Gracias,
There's no need to be
Persefone.
facetious, Grace.
No, really.
I am incredible. It's true. It's good that you recognize this.
Okay, I take it back.
Oh, you can't take it back, Grace. I would have thought you'd learned that by now.
¿Perdón? ¿Qué? Esto no me había pasado tampoco.
After centuries of cruel injustice, everybody working against me, every idol but for one, violent with apathy. We couldn't reach a resolution, but you and I,
No, creo que sí. Sí me había salido esta canción. No, es que no me acordaba.
Gods like me don't have too much to hope for. The rules been fixed throughout the ages. So I have forged a daring path. I would like to make some changes. You see, we can win a revolution, you and I, you and I. I'm queen of the underworld, and you, Grace, you.
Your lost little girl. The first time we met, you called me that. And now I understand. Show it or not, I see your heart.
You've got one big mouth on you, don't you? Yet it's me who's closing in. Think I like that mouth on
Beso,
you.
beso, beso. No la besó.
Overstayed your welcome. Time to go home.
¿Y mi beso?
Get out of here, Grace.
Y me corres. Ah, bueno, todavía no está lista. Ha pasado muchas cosas. Pobrecita, ha sufrido mucho. Ella ha sufrido mucho también. Bueno, chicos, ha llegado el final de este video. Lomitos, los amo. ¡Mua! Provechito y buen día si no están comiendo. Los quiero mucho y espero que se la pasen súper bien. Perdón por el video, no sé si habrá salido corto, si habrá salido largo, ya lo veremos. Lo siento, si haya salido muy corto, si haya salido muy largo. ¡Mua! Los amo y gracias por estar aquí. Los que llegaron hasta el final les mando todos los besos posibles. ¡Mua, mua, mua! Miles de besitos. Cuídense mucho, los amo. Recuerden darle like, compartir y dejar un comentario. Bye.